I didn't enlist. I was drafted. I was trained to become a combat photographer. Never did see combat, fortunately. I got out of the National Guard in 75 or 76, I think. Then I stayed out for several years. Went back in and made a full-time commitment in '89 as with a counter-drug task force. The first sign of Parkinson's, I believe, was I started doing this. I don't know why. In fact, I ignored that. I didn't let it bother me.
He developed tremor as his first symptom, and that's a hallmark of Parkinson's disease is tremor. It was in his right hand.
I always thought that maybe he was drinking too much coffee because he always had that shaking and he could hardly steady the coffee cup.
Over time, he developed more symptoms of slowness and stiffness.
You remember when you left the gym for about 6 months? You came back the first day and you worked out real hard, and every muscle in your body is totally sore. That's the way I live every day. Every single day.
One of the medications that's a cornerstone in treating Parkinson's is this medication called carbidopa-levodopa. And what it does is it attempts to replenish some of the dopamine that is in the brain.
What we're trying to do with the carbidopa-levodopa is control the symptoms of the tremor that they're experiencing, the stiffness and rigidity, and the bradykinesia.
The carbidopa-levodopa is a miracle drug to me that helps me function throughout the day. Those two little pills are the ones that keep Jerry going.
Over time, he required more doses during the day, and as a consequence, he's developed some dyskinesias.
Dyskinesia is just a fancy term for abnormal movements.
And it's kind of a whirly, twirly type movement that the Parkinson's patient isn't even aware of.
The drugs aren't working that well today.
We often use Michael J. Fox as an example because he has very clear dyskinesias that people associate with him. And so we talk about those wiggly Michael J. Fox movements. That's what we're talking about.
I first started noticing dyskinesia about, I'd say 4 years ago. My daughter-in-law, she's a physical therapist, and she told me one day, Jerry, does your dyskinesia, does it bother you a lot? I said, no, why? Can you tell? A little bit, she goes. I can tell, I can see it. The way you move your head, and the way you do your hands, the way you do your feet, and the way you do this, so, I tried, so when Julie told me that, I said, golly, I wonder does everybody else notice that? Because, see, I'm not aware of that.
I look at him and I just see him, not the shaking and the movements.
For most patients, they prefer to take the medication because it relieves their Parkinson's symptoms. It relieves the tremor, it relieves that stiffness and that slowness of movement. And for most patients, those controlled symptoms are more important than some extra involuntary wiggly movement.
Sometimes people just don't notice that they're occurring, and so they don't quite understand what all the worry is all about. Most of the time, dyskinesias are associated with the peak of the dose. So when the medication's been absorbed and it's at its highest level that it's going to be, it's the most common place.
So what happens is sometimes we can tweak your dosing of medication and the scheduling of medication by using something called a patient motor diary. On occasion, if a patient's experiencing dyskinesias, we'll give them a patient motor diary, and they can note on the diary if they're on, if the medication's kicked in and they seem to be working, if they're asleep, or if they're on with troublesome dyskinesias. And then that way, it gives us a better idea sort of how to adjust their medication to minimize the dyskinesias that they're having.
The dyskinesia is going to come and go. I'd rather live with both. The dyskinesia and be able to still walk around and function by myself. I took a lot of art in college. When when I came back from the military, I said, well, what am I going to do? I have a friend down the street that said, you know what, you can, why don't you do art? I did artwork with paint and brush, acrylics, all kinds of acrylics. I've done landscapes, I've done carvings, I've done all kinds of things.
I'm just proud that he has something that, you know, he can just focus on and just keep his mind off of his problems or his sickness, and he can produce something that, you know, he will leave to his children and grandchildren to always cherish, and for myself to brag on.
The benefits of using a medication like carbidopa-levodopa outweigh the side effects.
You have to accept both. That's all there is to it. See, the trade-off is, if I don't take my medication, then the dyskinesia will go away. Then where's Jerry at? Now I'd be really dependent on the wheelchair because I couldn't walk.
So the goal is not to take people off medication to get them off medication, but to minimize the on and off fluctuations that the patient has throughout the day.
This is good therapy. This is also like a work of art, you know?
His attitude has helped his physical condition 100%. It's what keeps him going.
Never give up. And I've heard that from Joanne Harner over and over and over again. She said, never give up, Jerry. There's always hope.